Hey, look at that. Getting started a little bit early tonight.
Oh, hey, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Power Hour of Love. I'm Charboil, and this is...
El Bandito.
How's everybody doing out there tonight, man? Oh, man, things are hopping, man. Oh, definitely. Just give us a quick second, guys. We're getting things all rough and ready and ready to throw down some awesome stuff here at the Power Hour of Love.
Absolutely, guys. We have got a super exciting and awesome show for you guys out there tonight. As you can see, we're running a little bit behind, so we kind of rushed into gear to get out here, man. Let's go ahead and skip the intro. It ran past. You guys seen it before. Let's get to rocking and rolling and talking tonight about the Merc with the mouth. We're talking about Deadpool himself. We're up here repping him. We know you guys love him. This Friday in theaters, he's going to be back with Deadpool 2, man. I'm super anticipating this film being one of the smash hits of the summer. It's going to be super awesome, but that's not all we've got going on tonight. We have also got the continuation of the Name That Game tournament. That's right. You can continue to earn points tonight for our extremely valuable secret prizes that are out and about and coming your way if you can accrue enough points in the Name That Game tournament. Again, you get points for first, second, third, fourth, fifth, a millionth place. Everybody gets points as long as you drop the right answer in the comment bar when you see the images come up.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You know, whoever has the most points at the end of the month will get some prize packs and stuff. And speaking of super awesome prize packs, we have some special Deadpool prize packs tonight, courtesy of Big Dog Comics and Thunderdome Gaming up in Fort Pierce. That's right. They have donated to the Power Hour of Love a bunch of super awesome Deadpool collectibles tonight that they want us to give away. So we're going to give them away, but we're not going to make it easy for you. We want to know that these get in the hands of some true Deadpool fans out there. So we've set up a number of strategically placed Deadpool questions throughout the evening that when you see it prompted and when we throw it out there, you can win a Deadpool prize pack. How does that sound, guys?
Well, I think that sounds pretty awesome, El Bandito, man. And like you said, we're just like giving stuff away left and right here on the Power Hour, man. Like you said, we got Deadpool stuff. Like you said, we got the stuff going up for Name That Game. But, man, we also got some history to lay down on you guys about the Merc with the mouth.
Absolutely. We've got some wicked cool trivia set up. We're going to be talking a little bit about the new movie, a little bit about the old movie, and all sorts of cool stuff. And we've got, of course, the PoDunk news, man. We know you guys love hearing about the wacky world that you live in because we know there's all sorts of death and destruction and terrible stuff going on out there right now. And that's heartbreaking and sad, man. Our hearts and minds go out to all the people out there. We wish there was more we could do. But what we can do is just put out some positivity, tell you about some fun stuff and some cool stuff that I'm pretty sure you guys love just as much as we do. Hey, out there to Kelly Jade joining us for the first time in a long time. She's been working nights, I think, and hasn't been able to check in on the show, so we're glad she's back. You're going to get a bunch of Deadpool spoilers because I know you haven't seen the first movie yet. So
hey, but man, like you said, you know, like some of this stuff will actually enhance the enjoyment of the first film because, like you said, you'll know a little bit going in, man, and you see how much of a good job that they did. I mean, it's still like
we're really not going to spoil a lot of stuff from the movie. We're going to be talking about the original comic. We're going to be talking about some new stuff, so it should be a lot of fun. And look at that, we got Bridget joining us tonight too.
Hey,
what's up,
how's
girl?
it going? Absolutely, yeah. I know. I'm pretty sure she's a big fan of the Merc with the mouth. You know, Deadpool.
Absolutely.
Right here,
and I don't know how long you're going to be joining us tonight, but we've got some extra special trivia later on today that I know you're certainly going to dig some of the answers for. But Party Man Will wants to know what the budget is for our show's shirts.
Oh, man. Yeah.
We're nerds. This is just stuff we have, bro. I just don't wear it very often because I'm trying to keep it as a collectible, but I have to wear it.
Absolutely, man. And we know Deadpool's really hot right now, man. And if you guys are also know some folks that are into Deadpool and video games and all that good stuff, be sure to go ahead and hit that share button, man. Let's go out there and spread some of the love. Get some more cats in there because we got some good stuff, and we're going to be dropping it on you right now.
Absolutely, guys. Let's jump right in to our first little segment here. We're going to go over some of the history, some of the fantastic origins behind the Deadpool, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So you guys all know Deadpool, and wait a minute. You guys don't like this Deadpool? What do you mean you don't like this Deadpool? This Deadpool's the one with Wolverine. You got to like this Deadpool,
Come on, there's
right?
Hugh Jackman and everything, you know.
He had the cool swords in his hands that were completely useless and tarded.
Oh, man, come on. Those are cool. You know, I would like to have that if I, you know.
And he got cool little line dot tattoos and stuff. Who doesn't like that? Super cool. But all right, let's get serious, guys, and talk about the funniest, craziest, wildest, most not serious superhero out there, Deadpool, man, and the fantastic journey he's had coming from comics to the silver screen, man.
You know it, dude. And like I have to say, like you said, when we saw, Ryan Reynolds first portray Deadpool, like in the Wolverine Origins film, like you knew he was a great pick, and he was dropping one-liners and stuff. But man, they did like what would be considered sacrilege to Deadpool. They covered the Merc with a mouth.
Sewed his mouth shut. Like, what are you doing? It's in the moniker of his freaking title. You have Deadpool, the man without fear. You wouldn't suddenly have him be scared of a bunch of shit. That doesn't make any sense.
It was like more of a punishment than it was like
It's a punishment for the audience. What are they doing?
No, what was kind of funny is remember at the end of the movie, like when they did the after credits scene, like you kind of saw him and he went shh. Like kind of like he was still there. But hey, guess what? We could totally wipe that slate clean because now, because of Days of Future Past and all that craziness that goes on with the X-Men all the time, we have this Deadpool. Yeah.
And no more gay tribal tattoo Deadpool. You gotta be.
There you go.
But in consideration for that Deadpool, we gotta talk about Deadpool 2 bringing in bringing in some of the characters that he originated with, that he started out with, and bringing in all of these characters that are they're kind of treated like B-list characters in the Marvel Universe. But as we've seen lately, boy, you could take even the most B-listiest of characters and throw them in Marvel stuff, man, and they're going to be pretty rocking. So it's great to see Domino show up. It's great to see Cable right here showing up, man. They have a great history together. They all kind of appeared in the first comic together. I mean, Cable was around already, but I'm pretty sure both the first appearance of Domino and Domino and Deadpool were in the same book, which we'll get into a little bit later tonight.
Oh, you know it, man. And one thing I have to say about like at least the Deadpool movies, like the look, man.
Yes.
Deadpool looks like he just jumped. I mean, you look at him on the shirt, man. He's like right there. Like, I remember, Party Man used to tell me, like, they should just make him look like how they do in the comics. And I'm like, dude, really? Do you like want him like running around with like spandex and like, Wolverine with like the orange and the black and stuff? But man, like, it does look pretty badass.
They make it work. They're just like, let's just make them look exactly like they do. So you're like, yeah, that was actually kind of a great idea.
Oh, man, I got to throw a good hello out there to Brandon R., man. How you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Thanks for joining the show. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing.
We got the wild man of Borneo in the house up there, Cable, bro.
Oh, dude, and like what a great pick. Josh Brolin, like he's becoming like the comic book superstar.
Yeah, the super bad guy superstar.
Absolutely. We're pretty sure you guys are aware, but he also played Thanos in the most recent Avengers movie. So.
You might have seen it. I don't know. Maybe you did.
But absolutely, man. No, so cool. Oh, what do we got going on
If anyone
here?
hasn't checked it out, they've got a lot of great promotion going on for Deadpool 2. And I just wanted to take a moment. If you haven't seen it, you got to check out this video that they did for the film. It's a new power ballad that Celine Dion herself did. And they have an awesome video with Deadpool dancing with her.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to have to check this out, man. Like you said, like the promotion, now, real quick, like I know we're probably going to get into this in the history, but like I heard that like the first movie was like filmed in less than 50 days.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the filming time, but I know the budget was ridiculously cheap for the scale of what we saw on film.
That's so cool,
like at the last minute, they actually came in and told them, hey, knock $7 million off your budget. That's already incredibly small. And they did it and still delivered a great movie that stayed so true to the original comics, the original characters, the original look, and just had fun with it, man. And that's really what it's all about.
Oh, you know it, man. Yeah, like you said, just, the promotional stuff that they've been putting out for the second movie. Like, I mean, I know for a while there, it was kind of like, when are we going to actually get a real trailer? But when we got that real trailer, man, it looks awesome. It looks funny. And like you said, just the crazy collection of characters, I think, is going to make it very unique.
No doubt, man. But again, I want to talk about the Celine Dion thing for just 2 more seconds because it's pretty funny, man. It's great to see just all the antics of Deadpool and how far he's willing to go all the time. And we get to see Ryan Reynolds do all of these amazing kind of, interviews as Deadpool and set appearances and things like that. So I was very curious when I saw this amazingly talented dancer on stage that I was like, bro, is this Ryan Reynolds dancing with Celine Dion? Because maybe some eagle-eyed viewers out there might have noticed, like, Deadpool is wearing high heels. So I'm like, I got some love for Ryan Reynolds if that's him in the suit. And it may not be him in the suit, but he was actually there, and he did the dialogue in costume like he does everywhere. And this is actually Yanis Marshall from Britain's Got Talent.
Oh, okay.
He came out, and these guys just had a blast. I mean, kudos to Celine Dion and Ryan Reynolds for being so cool and just hanging out and having fun.
That's
and making
really
such
cool.
a cool little just promo video for it. I mean, they used to do music videos for movies like all the time back in the day.
Sure.
I don't know if they still do that a lot, but I never hear about it anymore. And this was one I heard about and was like, that's wicked cool.
If they did a music video, where would they play it on? Maybe YouTube?
I guess.
Because, they don't play any music on MTV.
Yeah, the music television doesn't have any music. Surely not. But let's take a few minutes to talk about how awesome Ryan Reynolds is, man. Because I think part of what makes the Deadpool films so successful is the fact that Ryan Reynolds is like born to play Deadpool, man. I mean, there's very few actors that we can say this guy fit this role so iconically, so perfectly, that he'd be almost impossible to recast. I mean, let's go through the list. We got Patrick Stewart.
Oh, yeah. Hands
Professor
down.
X.
Yeah. Even Wizard back in the day would always be like, if you're going to make an X-Men movie, you got to get Patrick Stewart.
I think after we've seen his performance, I can't imagine anyone else really being the Wolverine. I mean, the Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, he's amazing. He's incredible. I mean, the scope of movies that he did, the tenure that he had in the films, just phenomenal. And while he may get replaced, I'm not sure anyone's ever going to capture that sort of iconic persona of the Wolverine.
Now, just real quick, I see Terry D's down here in the comments, man. I remember back in the day, we used to always say, Glenn Danzig would have been an awesome Wolverine. He's a little short guy, all muscular. Now he's like 60-something, so he's got a little gut and stuff. So I don't think he's going to be replacing, muscle-bound Hugh Jackman. But Hugh Jackman's up there, too, isn't he? I mean, he's like, is he like in his 50s or something like that?
I think he's in his mid-40s.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe close to 50, though.
If you guys haven't seen Logan, check that one out.
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
That's where it's at, man. But Steve Z, he's calling it. Dolph Lundgren, born to be the Punisher, man. Who could ever top that iconic performance? But either way, ever since, Ryan Reynolds just burst out on Wolverine Origins, like, you got to admit, the first, 10 minutes of that movie with him as just regular Wade Wilson was, the best part of that whole movie.
I would have to say so. Now, I remember when I saw that film, I was, kind of excited because it did follow, at least, the first half an hour, really followed closely to the Wolverine comics.
Yeah.
And then it, went, batshit crazy and, threw Gambit in there and had all this other crazy stuff going on. It was just bad, man.
The Gambit stuff was really out there to me. He almost seemed like a New Orleans pimp rather than like a cool Cajun underground street urchin guy.
You guys let us know what you think of movie version of Gambit, and if he needs a Deadpool treatment, and who do you think would be the best Gambit?
Now, they say that Ryan Reynolds has fought for this movie ever since they did Origins. That he was like, dude, you got to give me another shot at Deadpool, man. You got to get me some people who really want to bring the real character to life. Terry D called it. Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. That's definitely the one I was thinking of, and I was like, he escaped me right as I was talking. But yes. But yeah, so Ryan Reynolds has been fighting for this movie for a long time, man. But I have to say, what makes him so perfect for it isn't just his drive and ambition to make such a good film, but the fact that he really puts himself into it. Because, I mean, when you consider the fact that, here's this great scene from the original film, right?
Okay.
Boom, cuts the bullet in half. This is in Origins. And you're like, that's pretty cool. And then he starts twirling his katanas and blocks 100 bullets. And you're like, dude, he's just a guy. He doesn't even have any superpowers yet. This is kind of pretty dumb. And it was pretty much that point in the movie where, everything after that turned to shit. So I love that in Deadpool 2's trailer, he's doing the exact same scene.
Oh, with the twirling. Yeah.
Yeah, and he does the twirling, and Cable's right in front of him, just shooting him with a pistol. And he stops the one first, cool, yeah. And then half the rest of them get through, and he's like, your bullets are really fast.
No, it seems really wild, man. Like you said, I just think things have pushed into such a zone where they could really do the character justice now.
Yeah, and I think that ability of Ryan Reynolds to just make fun of himself, to not take it so serious and be like, yeah, dude, let's make a joke on the other movie. Let's reference directly how trashy that was.
Sure,
and kind of go from there. You're not going to find a lot of Hollywood types. I mean, nowadays it's getting more prevalent, which I really love. But I mean, back in the 90s or the 80s, you weren't going to find a lot of Hollywood big shots that were going to rag on their own movies.
Oh,
on themselves.
no. They'd be afraid the studio would drop that Thor's hammer on top of them.
But let's face it, I mean, he goes all out making fun of himself, you know? So I personally don't think Green Lantern was like the worst movie in the universe. It was okay. It wasn't great, but it definitely seemed like this Green Lantern movie fit in perfectly with like the 1970s and 1989 Batman. Like all of those kind of seemed to fit together.
Sure,
but it coming out when it did was really disjointed. It didn't seem to go along with anything else. But the fact that he totally rips it up in the first Deadpool movie is pretty great.
Please don't make the suit green, the super suit.
Or animated. You guys know what we're talking about. Deadpool is a riot. Ryan Reynolds is super funny. I mean, ever since I saw him in things like Van Wilder and Waiting, it's just, he's so charming and so funny, dude. And then you keep seeing him get these action type movies, this, R.I.P.D., you know, things like this. It's like, this guy could really be a big action comedy guy. We just need to find the right thing for him to do. And I feel like Ryan Reynolds knew what it was all along. And I'm glad he found his home in Deadpool, and I'm glad that people are seeing it for what it really is, both the comic version and him.
Absolutely, man. We got a couple shout-outs for who could play Gambit here. We got the guy from Magic Mike. I don't even know who that is. Is that
Channing Tatum?
I think he's actually kind of like...
He seems a little thick to me. Like he's almost too beefy, because that guy's like strong as hell.
I think he's actually been kind of attached to a solo Gambit movie role. Like they've mentioned like possibly doing it, but I think it's kind of just gone into that development hell. And I mean, hey, Gambit's popular. Well, he was popular. I don't know how popular he is today.
Pretty popular.
But yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I mean, I think that could be cool. I see James Hetfield. I don't know about that. Oh, I think they're still talking about Wolverine up there. Where we talked about Glenn Danzig. Dave Mustaine. Mr. Fusion, get out of here.
Look, I can tell you this. What always gave me the most appeal for Gambit, and this may sound a little messed up, but it was the fact that, like, he courted Rogue, that he was like, nah, dude. He's like, that's the untouchable of untouchable. Who
he just had to have it.
He's gonna get it, and I had a lot of respect for that. That he was like, you know what, I'll take that bullet, because if no one's been hanging around there, it's probably pretty awesome. You know what I mean?
You know it, man. Well, definitely. You know, like you said, he just, you know, he cared a lot about her, and you know his past. You know, kind of like he was kind of a bad guy too.
Yeah,
when
he was,
started.
and I think a lot of women will get that bad boy appeal. You know, I think a lot of men do too, and that's underplayed. That guys see like a bad guy, and you do kind of want to be that guy. You know, you always want to be that guy who's standing out in the middle of the street with an AK-47 shooting up cops, being like, where the fuck is the van? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you want to be a badass like that, but you also kind of want to be the reformed badass guy who's like getting the chicks now. So...
Oh, you know
that's what Gambit's all about, right?
Oh, you know it, man. No, yeah, and like you said, and you know, just his powers and stuff. I think he could totally lead his own movie, but you know, it's just one of those things where maybe they should reintroduce him, like in like a Deadpool movie, so that you know he could you know have that entrance and then give him his own movie.
I don't think Gambit needs his own movie personally. I don't think any of the X-Men really need their own movie. You know?
Nah, that's true. They could all just kind of come together, you know, like he's like over to Marvel MCU.
Yes. I think of it in terms of like how many of them had a successful solo comic. I mean, Deadpool had a solo comic since like '99. You know, and it's been pretty awesome. And then the kind of Deadpool and Cable, I still kind of consider a Deadpool,
sure,
a Deadpool solo comic. You know, but Gambit, he kind of would have a solo book for a while, and then it would disappear.
Yeah,
and then like they make him the leader of like a Morlocky type group, and then that book would disappear. So I don't know. There's just not.
Well, you guys let us know. Would you like to see a Gambit movie, or would you think it'd be better with the rest of the X-Men? But hey, this isn't Gambit night, so let's get back to some Deadpool. We got some giveaways, man. We are rocking tonight over here in the comments, man. People are blowing it up. But yeah, man, let's keep it rolling, man. We're going to have some Deadpool trivia coming at you guys real soon.
Let's do it right now.
Do it? All right, let's do it. Are we?
How about it?
Oh,
bam.
Man,
we got the Deadpool prize pack #1. Again, brought to you by Big Dog Comics. Man, this is awesome. They donated all these prizes tonight. Captain Joel up there. You know, we're part of the Dog Pound. You can go out there and be part of it too. Just go down, tell them the Power Hour sent you. every Saturday of the month of May, he's giving away, boy, that's a tongue twister, free comic books. That's 3 free books to everybody who walks in the door, man. So get in there and go and check it out, man. It's pretty awesome. Let him know the Power Hour sent you. Maybe he'll give you a sweet deal on something else, but don't push your luck, Yarbrough. I know you're out there wheeling and dealing, man. But all right, let's show them what they're getting. We've got first up here in the prize pack number 1. It's the Deadpool. Look at this. The silicone ice tray, man.
Oh,
so you can make your very own Deadpool logo ice cubes to put in your fancy drinks around the house there, which I assume are going to be liquor drinks if you're a Deadpool fan.
Oh, yeah. Come on, man. What else? I think they can make, like, you could even use them to make, like, little Jello molds, like have them, like, red.
You make Jello shots out of that.
There you go.
You got little Deadpool Jello shots. That'd be pretty dope. All right, so you guys ready for the question out there?
Oh, I think
you guys
they're
want to
ready.
hear it? I think they're ready, too.
I see a lot.
Let's throw it up there. All right, question number 1. For the silicone ice cube tray, first one to throw it in the comments wins, so get your fingers and thumbs ready. What comic did Deadpool first appear in? We want the name and the issue.
Oh, man. Woo.
Jello shots. Look at that, man. We got the girls from Palm Beach, shouting out the Jello shots. What's a twist?
Oh, man, Travis T-Bone in the house. How's it going, buddy? Hey, if you can answer this question right now, you could win this Deadpool Jello mold / ice cube tray silicone tray, man.
What's awesome is that it's silicone, and in silicone you can actually pour resin in there and like make actually like polyurethane little molds of your own little.
Oh, and you know it, man. You know what other stuff they make from silicone, so it's got to be good.
Other Deadpool stuff. No, he didn't first appear in Spider-Man 4. Get out of here.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I see one right there. Look at
Who you got?
Jason Y. I think he nailed it on top.
He totally did. Jason Y coming in with New Mutants number 98. That premiered in 1990, way back in the day.
You know it, man. Well, congratulations, Jason Y. We'll be sure to get this awesome ice cube tray to you, sir. But yeah, definitely. We're going to be giving away some more cool stuff real soon.
Absolutely, guys. But speaking of giving away stuff and having fun prizes, we know you guys love to do little things and interact, so let's keep doing it with the Name That Game tournament question number 1 of the night, man. We're going to jump right into it. Let's see what we got. As soon as the image pops up on screen, go ahead and let us know what the title of this game is.
Oh, yeah.
Bam. Ooh. That's a mysterious-looking one there, isn't it?
Definitely. A little bloody.
Yeah, a little creepy.
Yep.
I like the little snowiness of it there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, how come we got a lot of little mad symbols out there?
I think they all wanted they all wanted that ice cube tray.
Did they?
But,
oh, man.
Oh, man. I mean, this cat, he's going to be hard. He is. Who took the win on this one?
Steve Z. He's like the lightning and the thunder. He freaking brings it.
He didn't even let us get to the second picture.
No. We'll throw it up there for all you playing at home. Here's the second picture, man. Copy Steve's answer. Throw it down there. Cheryl's got the right idea.
There
Just
you
put
go.
what Steve said.
Boom.
Get some points. There you go.
Oh, Don Fox, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Hey, just so you know, in this scene, in this game, remember you're kind of walking through the town. It's all foggy and stuff. But when you go into the elementary school, these little demon things start coming at you, man.
Demons.
I mean, like, this game came out in 1999, and it was like, to see that, like, in a video game, even though it was on PS1, like, it was so freaky and so scary, man.
This was like the era of scary games really hitting their pinnacle, man. So that was super fun stuff. Look at that. Even Madison M down there got some Silent Hill action in there.
Mr. Fusion. Everyone's at Silent Hill.
Terry D said the Hill of Silence. We'll give you credit for that. That's fine.
Definitely you guys thank Mr. Steve Z. No, we know some of you guys were just waiting there on the butt. But guess what? We have another little bonus question for you guys.
Bonus question. Earn some extra points right here.
Steve Z, give him like a minute, okay? No, we're just kidding.
You count to 3 before you type your answer. Here we go.
All right. You want to do it?
You ready? It's just the image, or do we read it?
No, that's just the image. I'm going to read the question for
Okay,
him.
read the question.
All right, guys,
I was going to show it. What the answer was.
All right, here's the question for you guys. How many numeric Silent Hill games have been released?
How many? Quiet Geographic Elevation. I agree, Madison. That is an excellent name for that game, Silent Hill.
So there you go. How many numeric Silent Hill games have been released.
This is going to be a number. Oh my gosh, Madison M. in there with the quickness.
There you go. Hey, I bet you Steve Z is going to drop that real quick. Man.
4 is the right answer, though, right?
Absolutely.
Bam. So you got it. Madison's in for number 1. We got 23 right behind her. That may be a bit high, a number 9. And Cheryl coming in with the 4. Steve said he'll wait. He'll give everyone else a minute there. You get some points. Terry D with the 4. Kathy D off by 1. Give us one more to make that 4. Earn yourself a point for tonight. And we'll go ahead and move on with the rest of our Deadpool action for tonight.
Real quick, I just wanted to say it is kind of a little bit of a trick question because there have been more Silent Hill games, but they just didn't have that numeric. They kind of just started going off into subtitles.
Yeah. I know the correct number of all games included is in fact 23. So no one.
That's awesome. Oh, Jimmy Z's in the house. You better watch out, Steve Z. You might have some competition. Not saying that everybody else isn't bringing the game. Because we're going to be doing some more Name That Game real quick, but we got to talk about some more Deadpool.
But what is it with guys whose last name starts with a Z that's just kill on these video game things?
I'm telling you, man, they're just rocking and rolling.
They do it up, man. But all right, let's talk about New Mutants number 98. Now, like we said, this is the origin of Deadpool himself, his first appearance in a comic. It doesn't tell his origin story, but it is the first time you see him. So let's take a look and see what we got here. This is the artist who originally drew Deadpool. This is Rob Liefeld here. And a very young guy at the time, man, was popping hot in comics, man, just kicking butt, doing all sorts of really great stuff. And when he first premiered the idea, he drew the character up and he showed it to the writer of New Mutants at the time, who happened to be this lovely young man here, Frank Nacitz, I think's his name. I keep getting it wrong. It's like Nacizia.
I think that sounds just that. Trust me, if I took a shot at it, I would completely butcher it.
Yeah. So it was actually this gentleman here who said, "Dude, this looks exactly like a DC character. What are you doing?" You know?
Not that it's one, but could you guys throw down a guess in the comments? What DC character does Deadpool so closely resemble?
It's kind of hard to figure out, but I will say this: these two guys have celebrated and absolutely loved their creation ever since they first kind of came up with it. They've had a great time with it, and it's been super fun. What's funny, though, is that in the original comic, the character of Deadpool really very much acted the same as the DC... Man, Madison put Spider-Man. Come on, that's a Marvel guy. You guys are killing me. You just put Spider-Man for everything.
Oh, man, people are throwing it down.
There you go. Jason Y. Party Man Will got the Deathstroke in there.
Terry D.
So that's right, guys. He's looking like this is him in his first panel appearance here. He looked and acted very similar to Deathstroke himself, which is kind of a mercenary for hire in kind of the Batman mythos, where he's got like a katana and guns and a mask that kind of looks the same. Let's grab a picture here of Deathstroke. So here's the two of them side by side. What do you guys think? Do they look kind of similar? I think so.
It's red. It's black. They have swords.
Now, oftentimes you'll see Deathstroke where that black side of him will actually be like a teal sometimes. So that's kind of more kind of the old school when colors were very vibrant, and then this is a little grittier later on. But yeah, so the character very much acted the same as Deathstroke. He was a mercenary, an assassin for hire. He was a villain. He was a bad guy. He wasn't a good guy like at all. And it would take a number of years before someone actually kind of got the idea of pushing Deadpool more into the realm of superhero. Mm-hmm. And these would be the works later of Christopher Priest and mostly Joe Kelly, who really put a lot of the, hey, let's get him into the superhero side of things. And Jason Y nailed it with the Slade Wilson versus Wade Wilson. And it was actually Frank, who we saw earlier, who said, dude, this looks just like Deathstroke. We might as well just call him, Wade Wilson, because he's a wannabe Slade Wilson.
Dude, and that is so cool. I remember back when me and Fred M down there, I see him in the comments, man. We used to collect those Marvel cards, man. And I remember he used to be like, dude, I like this guy, Deadpool. And I remember like, Deadpool, come on, man. He's like, he's like a nobody, man. He's like, nah, man. He's like Spider-Man. He's got swords and shit, man. That's awesome.
He's like Gun Spider-Man.
Exactly, dude. And that's what I'm saying. He was ahead of the game. He was like, man, he knew he was cool.
I know. That's a shout out to my buddy Josh out there who actually let his nephew play one of the ultimate like Marvel team-ups games. What was that one called?
Was that Ultimate Alliance?
Yes, Ultimate Alliance. Yeah, and while he's playing it, his nephew's telling him, I want to be Gun Spider-Man. I want to be Gun Spider-Man. And he's like, dude, I don't know what that is, And he finally clicks on Deadpool, and he's like, yeah, that one, Gun Spider-Man.
That's funny, man. But hey, you know what's really wild? We do have to say, of course, like Deathstroke was out, 15 years before, or maybe 10 or 15 before Deadpool ever came to fruition. But man, even now to this day, like there's a Teen Titans Go movie that's coming out, and they fight. Deathstroke was originally a Teen Titans villain, and dude, in the movie in the cartoon movie, they're gonna be fighting Deathstroke, and dude, they're like, "Hey man, are you Deadpool?" Like they say that in the DC movie, so it's just great that they're getting.
They're getting in on the joke. Yeah, absolutely. Because they're like, dude, come on. How did you take our character and totally run with it and take him in a different direction? And nowadays, I would say Deadpool is completely his own character personality-wise. I mean, you'd find very few similarities between the two of them, even on screen, because Deathstroke and Deadpool have both made appearances on the silver screen, and Deathstroke is most famously right now kind of known for his appearances on Arrow.
Oh, so cool.
Let's take a look at him here. So here on Senior Bull's side, we've got the Arrow Deathstroke, and on my side, I've got the Justice League Deathstroke. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think? Like, which one makes a better Deathstroke to you? Because I really lean towards the Arrow Deathstroke. I like him a lot better. I mean, the Justice League one, maybe his costume looks a little slicker. It's got a little more orange, but I don't like that guy's like face and look. He looks almost too clean to be like a mercenary for hire.
Yeah, he looks like he just like kind of jumped out of a video game or something like that. I kind of like the more, like this looks like a guy that would be Deathstroke. You know what I mean? Like it's just the other guy he looks like he's wearing bulky stuff that does nothing for him.
Yeah. Like the guy from Justice League looks like an actor playing Deathstroke, and the other guy looks like Deathstroke. You know what I mean? Like he looks like that guy could kick my ass. This guy, maybe I'd hold my own. You know what I mean?
Oh man, KDD right down there says Arrow. So we definitely got one vote for that. Oh, his voice is great, and that is true. Like the actor who plays Deathstroke on Arrow, like he just has this grim, gruff voice, and so, hey kid, he's always talking to Arrow.
Yeah, I thought he nailed it. I thought he had a really great performance as well there. Okay, let's see what Party Man Will says, man. Without DC Eric in the house, he's our resident DC expert. So let's see. Arrowverse got an Australian guy to play Deathstroke and a non-Australian guy to play Captain Boomerang. So he's not on board with anything they're doing over there at Arrow, apparently.
Well, I still think the guy who played Deathstroke was pretty awesome. And I even know, no matter where Party Man Will stands now, I know he thought that season 2 was pretty awesome when he watched it. So,
well, let's compare these guys here, their costumes, the actors who portray them, to Ryan Reynolds rocking the iconic look of Deadpool that has not changed and has persevered into the films, man. What do you think of this? What do you guys think of his look of Deadpool versus the other two guys' look as Deathstroke?
Well, man, like we were saying earlier, it's like even those old comic cards, man, he looks like he stepped right out of them. Like you said, his looks always kind of remained. I mean, I know he gets like an extra, thing on his arm or something occasionally, but dude, he just... Like, I think out of all comic book movies, like, like the new Spider-Man looks pretty much like he jumped out of the comics too, but, like, this is just perfect, though.
I will say this, it does it makes me feel bad that even with, like, the Freddy Krueger makeup, like, Ryan Reynolds still looks pretty good looking. He still looks better looking than me, man. I'm like, dang, I'd even go out with, Freddy Krueger looking Ryan Reynolds before I'd go out with me.
You're right. His representation without the mask in the comics it's grotesque.
Much uglier. Yeah, he's like, oh my God. He looks like he died 3 years ago, and he's like decomposing.
But yeah, no, I personally think that, Fox, or they've nailed it with the way they've made all these characters look. I just think even Cable, man, he just comics, or cartoon version. Like he just stepped right out of the.
I mean, considering how much the X-Men don't really look like the X-Men, I think it's great to see everyone in the Deadpool movies really looking like they should. I mean, their interpretation of Colossus alone was just. I mean, animation aside, I mean, they didn't have the technology then, but just the concept behind the look was so much better in Deadpool than I thought in the original X-Men films.
Imagine how the Juggernaut would look in a Deadpool movie. Like he would have the bulkiness. Like,
Yeah.
Remember he looked kind of like a big like brick man, like when they had him in Last Stand.
Yeah, well, he had like nothing to support his neck, so it was like he almost looked like his head was like a like a penis head.
Dang. Fred M out there just nailed a good comparison, man. He says that Deadpool / Spawn unmasked look like brothers. So, no, absolutely, man. Once again, another classic comic that definitely deserves a reboot would be Spawn.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Let's see who's ready to win some more stuff here, guys. We have got the Deadpool prize pack number 2 coming at you right there. We didn't waste a lot of time telling you the history about Deadpool in the original comics. You can go read it. The movie did a great job of kind of rebooting it. His origin didn't come out till Deadpool number 1, which showed up in 1997, and then it was only bits and pieces throughout the rest of the, couple of books that he featured in, But the films really capture all of the elements of the origin story as it was told throughout the years in one place. Just go watch the movie. Forget about it, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, we're not going to waste your time with that. We've got some other cool, interesting trivia about Deadpool on the flip side. But we got a trivia question for you guys right now, and I'm going to give you a look at what you guys are going to be winning for this prize pack because we got some different stuff here that's pretty cool. We have got a Domez. I guess Domes? Is it just Domes?
That's
I'm saying Domez because they put a Z on it. And
like
Gomez
Adams.
I know. The guy who calls himself Chavez can't figure out the Z's at the end of things. But anyways, we get one of these domes. Go ahead and show him one there, Senor Boyle. So they're still wrapped up. And it's a surprise. You don't know who you're going to get. You could get any of these wacky little Deadpool figurine character guys here.
Oh, yeah.
And, hey, you could get Chef Deadpool or Cowboy Deadpool. It could be super fun. But in addition to that, we're also going to hook you guys up. Well, actually, Big Dog Comics is going to hook you guys up with this amazing wall art poster. It's a 36-inch collectible poster for Deadpool here. It's celebrating Deadpool number 30.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty cool stuff, guys.
Yeah, like you said, it's a big poster. It would take up like part of your wall, man, but it's just so hot looking, man. It's so cool.
It is. Look, Deadpool's holding the Earth. He's up there with the whole Earth and a bunch of aliens and looks like monkeys with space helmets. Who doesn't want that to wake up to every day? I do.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to drop the question on you. We're going to go right into it here, guys. So get ready. First person to answer is going to win this prize pack number 2, courtesy of Big Dog Comics. Let's check out what you got. So hot. Thank you, Madison. I'm sure you're talking about me. What comic did Deadpool first break the fourth wall in? Ooh, that's kind of a tough one there. It's a little harder one to Google, but maybe if you're quick, you can find it. Ask Alexa or something. We'll give you guys a few minutes to check it out. We'll keep an eye on the comments and spot who gets that in first. But again, what comic did Deadpool first break the fourth wall? All right?
And just for the folks that might not be that familiar, breaking the fourth wall is pretty much like, Deadpool will talk to the audience. Even in the comics, he is self-aware that he is a comic.
Yeah. Or speak to something that the reader would know or understand or something to this effect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're not talking about the promotional number 0 that Wizard put out. I'm not going to count that. I'm talking about an actual comic where he first broke the fourth wall. So I know that's what you guys were ready to put was the Wizard promotional pack for 1998, but no, it's not that. So
definitely not the Flash.
No, but we'll give you guys a second to look that up and find out. But in the meantime, let's jump in to the Name That Game tournament round 2 for tonight, guys. Again, we're going to pop this picture up. First person in gets the most points, and then everyone gets a little bit of points after that, and everyone will get some sort of point. So get ready on your thumbs and fingies out there and tell us what's the title of this game.
Oh, man. I know there's someone in the comments that's probably going to nail this.
I'm not Googling. I accept defeat. Feel free to Google. Trust me, most of my life, all I want to do is Google things.
That's awesome, man.
What can you tell us about this game that's not a spoiler?
Oh, man, it was probably my favorite wrestling game on the Super Nintendo.
Ah, okay. So you see, it wasn't a boxing game, but I guess they're not wearing any gloves. So.
Oh man, look at Steve Z over there. He's like, I've waited long enough, which is awesome, man. He absolutely got it. Saturday Night Slam Masters. Terry D, where you at, buddy, man? Honestly, me and Terry D used to play this game all the time. It was probably like I said, it was one of those games where it mixed great wrestling and fighting together. There was like WWE and WCW games, but like this one was like so artistic, and like you could throw the guy out the ring and actually grab weapons out of the crowd and hit people with it. Which,
that's awesome
for
man.
a Super Nintendo game. That was pretty awesome. Oh, there he goes.
I see him out there. We got some Dead on Arrival, Street Fighters, King of the Ring, Tyson's Knockout, man. A lot of great guesses out there, guys. Make sure to put in the comments there Saturday Night Slam Masters so you get your point for the night, though.
But hey, we got another question for you guys that might not be so quick on the draw, man. Okay. Saturday Night Slam.
Hold up. Fred M says he's showering, live streaming the show to save time, so Googling would require a third hand. Dude, whenever I'm in the shower, I'm Googling first and then watching the show.
Hey, man, Fred is a dedicated Power Hour fan.
I understand not using the Google machine, but I Google. So.
All right, well, in Saturday Night Slam Masters, there's a wrestler by the name of Macho Hagger. Tell us what other game Macho Hagger appeared in.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't even know who that is.
Well, he was on the previous screen, but definitely.
You want me to go back? I can go back.
Go back one. He's right there. The guy with the little strap and the green pants. We're gonna. I
would take a guess at where I think he's from, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody out there because I think I'm right.
We'll see, man. I'm sure they're putting their thinking caps on.
Now, was this another Super Nintendo game? Would that be a spoiler?
Yes. It was actually a very classic beat 'em up.
Nice.
Remember like the Ninja Turtle games where like you'd fight like the Foot Clan and stuff like that.
You know what? One of my favorite. Oh wait, Steve Z, you're a treasure. But the Simpsons arcade game was probably my favorite beat 'em up of all time. I wish they've ported that onto something. They probably have now. I'll have to grab that.
Oh man, Terry D, he nailed it, man. Final fight in that game. Macho Hagger, who his name is Mike Hagger, is the mayor, and being that the city's getting so overrun with crime, he has to join his buddies. I forgot what their names are, but he takes to the street.
Something or the mother.
But what was so cool is even though this game came out before Saturday Night Slam Masters, Mike Hagger had like all wrestling moves. Like he would do like a Zangief spinning pile driver and stuff like that. Awesome beat 'em up game. Yeah, it was so much fun, man. Like I said, very classic.
Sounds awesome, dude. I mean, the mayor of a city goes out to clean it up and beat some ass. You can't get any better than that, especially if your mayor looks like that.
Oh,
like,
you know it.
If someone just ran for mayor here and this was their photo and they just looked like that, I'm voting for that guy. You know.
Well, dude, what was really cool in the first final fight game, your whole thing is to save Mike's daughter. She gets kidnapped by a gang or whatever. Well, when Mike wins a wrestling match in Saturday Night Slam Masters, she comes running into the ring and he puts her up on the shoulder and he's like, So it was cool how they integrated the two games together.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the first half of the show. What do you guys say we jump into some PoDunk news? We tell you about some of the wacky stuff going on in this beautiful world of ours. Then we'll get back into some cool Deadpool action very, very soon.
Yeah.
PoDunk News.
Waka, waka, waka.
Oh, man, we got some wild stories to tell you guys, but we know we got a lot of nerds in the house tonight, which I know if you're a nerd, you're going to be excited about this first story right now. Oh, man, it's been announced. It's supposedly going to happen. I didn't want to believe. Well, I mean, I wanted to believe it, but now it's been apparently confirmed that Bill and Ted Face the Music is now in pre-production.
Oh, man, and we just got a winner. Steve Z buzzed in on Deadpool 28, being the first Deadpool appearance to break the fourth wall.
Oh, man. There you go, man. Well, definitely Steve Z, we will be sending you, we'll definitely link up with you later, get some contact info, and we'll be sending off your domes and your poster to you real soon, buddy.
Absolutely. Good job, man. But, yeah, let's get back to this exciting news that Bill and Ted 3 is finally happening, man. This sounds so cool. I believe this story ran at Entertainment Weekly, so it's finally legit, so I love it.
As you can see here, it's definitely going to feature the return of Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves. I mean, he's totally John Wicking it up here. I wonder if that's how he's going to look for Bill. I'm sure he's going to shave that off, but he's got to get the classic, young.
Hey, they could be dads or something. Who knows what the story is, right?
Well, actually, hey, we have a little bit of news on that here. Okay. Apparently, Bill and Ted, with the help of their daughters and a new batch of historical and music legends, are going to attempt to write the song that saves the universe.
Nice.
So now they're not just saving the world. They're not saving just the past or the future. They're saving the whole universe.
Look, dude, I'm going to drop some knowledge on the audience right here. Do you guys want to know the super secret name of the song that they're writing?
I want to know it.
Do you guys want to know it? Station.
Power station. No, well, I'm sure the new movie's going to feature an awesome soundtrack. I know Party Man Will, if he's still with us, knows that we both love both of those. Mr. Fusion, we see you out there. We know Megadeth was on the Bogus Journey soundtrack. Who knows? Maybe they'll get Megadeth to come back for Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait. I really hope it happens. I remember going to see them at Universal Studios when they do their show out there.
Oh, yeah.
It was just super fun. So, I mean, they're very relevant characters. Like, that persona just never died. It wasn't a fad that went away. Like, there's still plenty of people who absolutely connect with Bill and Ted. And again, it's sort of that link back to a funner time, more carefree lifestyle. So.
Well, and I gotta say, man, I've checked out the first 2 episodes of Cobra Kai, the sequel to The Karate Kid, and I have to say I'm very impressed with how they're handling it. Oh, there you go, perfect.
Dude, I saw the trailer for this. It was like, all right, when they said they were making a Cobra Kai show, I was like, who the hell cares? I watched the trailer and I was like, that looks so dope. Like, I need to go and watch that. Like, it just looks so good, man.
You know it, man. And like I said, the first 2 episodes are available on YouTube, and then they're kind of YouTube's trying to pitch their whole Red subscription
service.
Now, but like I said, so far the first 2 episodes will really get you into it. You're going to want to check it out some more. Ralph Macchio's back playing Daniel LaRusso. I won't give you guys any more spoilers from there. You got to go check it out. But man, does it tell a cool story where now you kind of get to see through the eyes of originally the antagonist, Johnny Long.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Just go check out the trailer. If you're at all like, dude, that sounds dumb, go see this trailer. I thought it was really, really well done. I can't wait to check out the show. I'm surprised you did, because I know we've never once spoken about the Karate Kid films ever. So I had no idea if you were a fan or not.
Sweep
and then I saw you put this story in here, and you're just like, dude, I watched the first 2 episodes. It was great.
Dude, yeah. But hey, we know Cobra Kai's out right now. Bill and Ted's coming. But there's also another possible 80s movie franchise that might be getting turned into a show.
Bam!
Oh, yeah. Brad Dourif, longtime voice of Chucky, has hinted that there's a possible Child's Play / Chucky TV series on the way. Who knows? Maybe this will be another YouTube streaming TV show, service exclusive. But the catch that Brad Dourif said is that the original creator, who's directed all the movies, Don Mancini, would have to be involved. He wouldn't do it without him. But there's no news yet if Andy or Tiffany will reprise their roles, that being Alex Vincent and, of course, Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, what about Jennifer Tilly? Is she going to be in there?
Well, I was going to say, maybe she could pull herself away from the poker table long enough to...
Maybe her sister will come do it.
Hey,
Look at her
Meg
sister.
Tilly, good call, good call.
I'm sure she's super busy with her packed schedule of Psycho movies. So.
Absolutely, dude. But definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. I know Mr. Fusion out there's got to be excited about this one. So,
well, dude, it's like a resurgence, you know? It's
yeah,
like
of 80s stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Bill and Ted, Karate Kid, you got Chucky coming. What's going to be next, man?
And I love that they're not reboots.
Yeah,
That
they're
just
sequels.
the
yeah.
original stuff, man. That's where it's at. Tell a new story. Comics have been doing it for 70 years. You just make a new story. You don't got to say the same stuff again.
Maybe we're going to finally get Wayne's World 3. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Cheryl, that's a whole series they might do here for Chucky. Not just a movie, a whole series. How cool would that be? I mean, with Evil Dead kind of paving the way for like cult sensations, making it on the silver screen there, man. Like, there's no stopping them.
And you're absolutely right, El Bandito. We definitely give some love to Ash versus Evil Dead. We were very sad to see it get canceled. But hey, man, Bruce Campbell being like the all-star that he is, man, he said, hey, you know what, guys? With that show, being that they were like 10 episodes long, we really got like another like 15 hours of Evil Dead material.
Yeah.
Like we were never going to make that many movies. So just enjoy it. And then he retired the character, which I think is a good way to go out.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, the guy's a legend. Thank you so much for all you did with that character, dude. Because I remember even just being a kid and watching Army of Darkness and being like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I think that more shaped my personality than probably half the movies I watched as a kid.
And, while this is all stuff we love, where we just wanted to share it with you guys, we have some of that crazy PoDunk news stories coming at you guys. Why don't we hit them with one? What do you think, man?
You got it, guys. All right, we got a New Jersey woman who was angry with her cable company worker, right? So go ahead, finish that.
Okay. So the cable company worker, like, I guess they got into some sort of argument, this lady, and she went and she turned off his truck while he was up in his little lift right there. So pretty much trapping him up there.
He was in the bucket. What's he going to do?
I mean, you can imagine she's from New Jersey. I know me and Fred M have a lot of New Jersey relatives, so I'm sure they were probably yelling a lot of interesting, colorful language at each other. But she proceeded to take stuff out of the van, like, company property.
Yeah, just steal shit. Just steal it.
And she just kind of headed off. Now, here's the best part about it. Of course, she was a 59-year-old woman. You do not mess with the ladies from Jersey,
I
man.
know. Crazy old broad from Hoboken going to take you out, brother.
But she was eventually arrested, and she's being charged with harassment, false imprisonment, disorderly conduct, and criminal trespassing. Man, they laid out Thor's hammer comes crashing down, man. But yeah, like that, for trapping this dude up in his little lift for a couple hours.
Yeah, dude, that would suck to be up there for a couple hours, man.
Yeah, even in the age of cell phones, how are they going to get, without getting like a ladder or the fire department, I don't know, maybe like another key, maybe they have a spare, but even still, it's going to take time. And it's just one of those crazy stories we wanted to share with you guys.
No doubt. Steve Z, you're absolutely right. We need a series for Bubba Hotep, brother. That would be some awesome. Let's see Elvis and the Mummy go kick some ass. Or no, Elvis and JFK, Black JFK, go kick some ass, fighting the Mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula, Blackula, the son of Kong. Let's do it.
Dude, and that's definitely, I want to make sure we're clear on that. Bruce Campbell didn't retire from acting. He just retired the role of Ash. So hopefully Bruce gets back out there and puts on the great show that he always does.
No doubt. But all right, talking about subscription services on the rise, man, Nintendo and EA both plan to open subscription-based models that offer exclusives to their users. Very similar to what Xbox Live does. It has a variety of network company-based subscription services.
Absolutely, man. Now, the Switch Online service is actually a little more put together than the EA one right now. The Switch one's going to go live in September, and its main draw is that it's going to offer access to a ton of classic NES games, which including ones that haven't been on the market in years. So I know a lot of people are probably thinking, I've got the Wii, and it had the virtual console, and I could play all those games. Well, apparently they've either re-upped the licenses for maybe some of these classic games that we're showing on the Name That Game, and they're going to say, hey, they're going to be available for you guys to play again. So it's kind of a cool draw, but at the same time, we'll have to see what new content are they going to offer to keep it fresh.
No doubt.
But EA, they're still in the planning process, but they say that their new service is going to be cloud-based, so there's not going to be any additional physical product or disc needed.
That's nice.
I know. I was kind of like, well, I think it's kind of a given, but that was the best we could find on these guys right now. But next month, E3, the big conference out there in California, is going to go down. So we predict that this is going to be some big news that's going to drop based on these two subscription services.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a lot of great stuff at E3. I know Rage 2 just announced by Bethesda, so that's pretty exciting. I think that got a little spoiled, and they were like, F it, we'll tell it before the conference. But, hey, man, looks like a lot of great stuff just around the corner. We love checking out E3, so I'm sure you guys will be hearing some more stories about that in the weeks to come. But finally, to wrap up our news real quick,
we got a Briscoe County Junior comment in there.
There you go.
That's hot there, man. Man, Jason L throwing back some classic.
We want to tell you guys about Morbid Movies down there in Lake Worth, presenting the 45th anniversary of The Crazies. We know you guys can see it in the scroll down there. You got to watch out for The Crazies in Lake Worth. But, dude, you got to go and watch The Crazies down in Lake Worth, because this is a 4K restoration of George A. Romero's classic film. This is going to be on May 18th. That's this Friday. So if you check out Deadpool earlier, if you're going to check it out on Saturday or Sunday, if you got the midnight tickets on Thursday, head on down on Friday, May 18th. To Morbid Movies down at the Movies of Lake Worth at 9:30, $10 at the door. Man, you guys will get a free button and a raffle ticket for the first 100 people or so. So it's pretty awesome. They do trivia and give out prizes and stuff like that in the theater. It's a whole bunch of fun. This is a real full-size movie theater that you can see this classic movie on, and 4K digital projection. This is going to look amazing, guys. So you got to get down there and check it out.
Oh, yeah, man. We love Morbid Movies. We can't wait to see what they're going to do next. But like you said, man, Deadpool's also coming out this weekend. So what do you say about us diving back into the Merc with the mouth?
Let's do it, guys. Feel free to comment any of these people who bugged out. Just shoot them a message and be like, they're talking back about Deadpool again. You could come back now.
They're like, news?
Yeah.
If I wanted to watch the news, they're like, when do we win more stuff?
Exactly. They're like, what happened to the prizes? Well, guess what? We got some more prizes coming up here in just a few minutes, guys. So for all you special people that are hanging out with us, that you've got the true Deadpool spirit of having nothing better to do than eat chimichangas and watch junk, then you're here ready to win some prizes, guys. Let's see what we got.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's rock and roll.
All right. Well, first up, what we want to talk about here is we want to talk about Deadpool. One of the most iconic things you know about him is him breaking the fourth wall. Like we said earlier, this is him addressing the viewer in some way, addressing the other characters in the books as though he knows he's in a comic. And this is the one thing that drew me to Deadpool immediately. I had never seen the character before. I first read him in read a comic with him that was the West Coast Defenders book.
Oh, wow.
He was making a guest appearance in it. And, I'm flipping through it, and he's talking to the characters as though he knows he's in a comic. And he's making fun of, I think it was Big Bertha or something. And he's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you could sit on this guy from this other comic, and you'd kill him. And it's just making all these jokes. And then he stops at one point, and he says, hey, wait, can you guys read my narration bubbles? I was like, what? Because they're responding to the narration panels instead of his dialogue. And I was like, dude, that's hot, man.
Hell yeah, man. Like you said, it definitely is one of his factors that has become a part of him. It's almost like one of his powers,
Absolutely. So it was really cool when I decided to take a look back and find out when was the first time that he broke the fourth wall. When did that part of his persona really come to be? Who was responsible for it and everything like that? And I figured I'd share a little bit of that information with you guys here tonight because I thought this was really interesting.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's see it. Let's hear it.
Let's check it out and let's see what's up. Well, first up, I think you guys would be surprised to know that Deadpool is far from the first person to ever break the fourth wall, right? So I know I mentioned earlier that, if Bridget was still hanging out in the comments, she'd really dig this because we're going to drop some She-Hulk knowledge on you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Here in Sensational She-Hulk #1, this beautiful cover done by John Byrne, he actually has a fourth wall break on the cover, man. So She-Hulk was more prominently known for this long before Deadpool ever did. Again, Deadpool number 28 was the first time he actually broke the fourth wall, which debuted in 1999. This comic, however, is from 1989. So a full decade before Deadpool ever does it, She-Hulk is already well known for kind of her break the fourth wall gimmicks. Now, of course, this is a long-running gimmick that you can find in a history and slew of other books, but we personally really like She-Hulk, and we wanted to give her the shout-out. So,
and like we said, yeah, this is before like there was comics about her, like, you know, having sex with the Juggernaut and Wolverine and stuff. This is where things were still like really fun. Not knocking those comics; they were very interesting.
Hey, man,
too,
if you can take it, right?
It is She-Hulk.
That's what Jessica Jones did. She was like, "Who's this guy? He's unbreakable." Yeah, pound it, bro. She went and found Luke Cage.
Oh, look at that! Cheryl threw down there Deadpool Volume 1, number 34. Is that an issue that we were talking about here?
I don't think so. I think that was a good guess. It was pretty close. But that oh, I know what that is. Yeah, you're talking about that's Christopher Priest when he first took over the book was in volume 34, and he's most well known for the person who drove his fourth wall stuff to the nth degree. But in Deadpool number 28 was written by Joe Kelly, and Joe Kelly penned a line in here that I'll show you guys. This is the book here, Deadpool number 28. And this panel he wrote where Bullseye runs up and says, "Oh, Deadpool, it's been forever. How long's it been?" And Deadpool responds to him, "Since issue 16 when we were in Greece." So technically him breaking the fourth wall. He's addressing the fact that he knows he's a comic book character in a manner that the reader perceives.
Like I said, just stuff like this, it's fun. I'm glad not every comic book character does it, but like you said, She-Hulk and Deadpool, like it was just really fun. Like I know I was talking to you about before the show. I remember there was one issue of She-Hulk where like she gets so mad at the way that the story's going that she literally like rips through the page and pulls the Marvel editor into the book, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to teach you something." You just see her dragging him into a room. Who knows what happened to that guy?
Yeah, probably nailed him. But
Maybe.
Again, the the progression of all that, how we see nowadays that Deadpool is killing the whole Marvel universe. That he's leaving his comic to kill Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and all these people. Cheryl, I'm sorry, she's shaking her head down there, but that's the way it goes.
We're going to have some more trivia coming your way real soon.
We will. So Deadpool number 28, right, was Joe Kelly's first time breaking the fourth wall. Joe Kelly only does that one other time in his run, which is the very last issue he does, which is number 34. Christopher Priest takes over right after in 34 and really runs with the idea of Deadpool breaking the fourth wall. And Joe Kelly and Christopher Priest, Joe Kelly being the one responsible for giving him kind of his superhero heroics, and Christopher Priest being the one who kind of drives him into the fourth wall break. The two of them kind of really created the character that we know as Deadpool, the persona behind the mask.
Yeah, it's like you said, even into the movie, even the first, the Wolverine, just his more comedy kind of thing, being a little less like,
yes,
the Deathstroke, the Terminator,
Yes, yeah. So definitely some cool, fun, interesting stuff there. And you know what? I could see Cheryl's down there. We're sorry. Steve buzzed in during the news. I don't know if you didn't watch the news, but he already got that question. But guess what? We're going to have a brand new question for you right now. So let's check it out.
Here we go.
All right, Deadpool prize pack number 3. This is our third prize pack of the night. Again, brought to you by Big Dog Comics. Big shout out and thank you to Captain Joel over there at Big Dog Comics. Man, get up there, check him out. He's on the corner of Midway Road and US 1 in Fort Pierce. He's doing Free Comic Book May, giving out free comics every Saturday. Get down there and check him out. Tell him the Power Hour sent you, man, and he'll show you some love. But what we're playing for, prize pack number 3, we've got another Domes, baby. That's right. You will get to open up and get a surprise Deadpool figurine. It could be Spider-Man Deadpool. It could be like, 1950s bartender Deadpool. Who knows? It could be anything. It could be the weird reverse blue Deadpool. I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Man, for all the cats hanging around, man, maybe we should crack one of these open, man. Do you think they want to see what's inside?
You know what? I think the people want to open it themselves.
Oh, that's
what I
true.
think,
Okay, yeah.
They want the experience. Right?
That's fine. Well, like I said, we got the question coming at you. But not only do you win this awesome domes. What else are we giving them, El Bandito?
You also get this 36-inch wall art poster here that is commemorating Deadpool issue number 300 that just released in the last month or so. It might even been this month. I know I picked up a copy. This is actually the cover of the book. It's two-sided when you unfold it. But Captain Joel has given us, courtesy of Big Dog Comics, a 36-inch poster of Deadpool as every single character in the Marvel Universe. It's sort of a painstakingly done labor of love that someone did for Deadpool, man, and it's a super awesome poster, guys, so you're gonna love it. So all right, without any further ado, I know you guys are waiting with your Google machines and your fingers on the button. We're gonna ask the question right now. First person in wins this prize pack, guys. Why don't you let us know, on what holiday did Deadpool the movie first release in 2016? It released on a holiday itself. If you can tell us what it is, you'll win this exciting prize pack. This is for all the movie fans out there, in case you're not too familiar with the comics, you know?
Maybe I'll give them a little hint.
All right, so it's a pretty popular holiday. We've talked about it before on the Power Hour, so we know that some of the viewers out there totally know. It looks like Jason L is in there on the buzzer. It was released on Valentine's Day. That's right. They used to do these promotional posters for it that they were billboards with Ryan Reynolds and I can't think of the lady's lead. The lead
man, I know we were just talking about her earlier today.
I should have wrote it down. But if you guys know it, throw it in the comments. What's her name? She's from Firefly. She's fantastic and gorgeous and wonderful. But the two of them are on the cover of the billboard, and they have this kind of bokeh effect background. It's like, this Valentine's Day, see if love can overcome death. And it just had like Ryan Reynolds and the woman, and they're not in costumes or anything. And it was like, they put an app out where you could find where the poster was, so you could drive your girlfriend by it and tell her, hey, you want to see that movie for Valentine's Day? And then you would go see Deadpool. So Morena Baccarin, that's what it is right there. Lovely, beautiful actress. She's wonderful, man.
Fred M's over there like, Steve, get out of here. No,
he said Easter, and look, he's winning more stuff.
No, absolutely. Definitely congratulations to our winner, Jason L, on this one. We'll be sure to get you your domes and a poster real soon.
Absolutely, guys. But if you liked any of this awesome, cool stuff, feel free to head on down to Big Dog Comics, where he's got all this kind of stuff for sale. You can buy a domes. You can buy one of those silicone tray things. You can buy some of these posters. He might even give you a poster for free if you spend $800 or $900 there. You never know. So go down there and check it out. Have some fun. Let him know the Power Hour sent you guys.
But we got more. What's coming up?
Name that game, Action.
Oh, yeah. Started to see people kind of drop there. No, stick around.
Yeah.
We got more stuff for you
There's more
guys.
stuff. There's more prizes. There's more games. There's more things to win.
You know it. You know it. Let's hit him with it, man. Name that game.
Bam! Name this game right here. No time at all. We're not going to give Steve any time to get acclimated. We're just going to jump right into it. If you could name this truly bizarre-looking game that I know I played and was like, this is the worst freaking game I ever played, and I hated it. And I will tell you, it's on the NES.
Yes.
That's a hint for you guys. It's on the NES. It's a terrible game. Now, think about the most terrible games you ever played on NES. What were the worst games that you felt on NES were? What genre of games?
Man, I mean, there were some real stinkers, you know.
I can tell you the genre I thought was the worst is the one that Steve Z is all over, the adaptations, man. Whenever they took a movie and made it into a game, it was a suck fest. And if you can possibly wrap your brain around how this is supposed to be Back to the Future, then you are a more special and brilliant mind than I am. Steve Z, you're in there for the highest number of points. Mr. Fusion's right behind him calling out Back to the Future, man. Look at this scene here. You're literally like throwing milkshakes at bullies while they're coming at you. I don't remember at all a scene of Marty throwing milkshakes at anonymous greasers in white tank tops and stuff.
He's also behind the bar.
Yeah,
like he didn't work at like the little malt shop.
Where's Mayor Goldie Wilson when he used to be the shopkeeper there? You know, he swept the floor and then he was like, I like that. I'm going to be mayor someday. He's not there in the background. You know, they just whitewashed this game, Nintendo. What are you doing?
Oh, you know it, man. You know it. No, it was Where is Goldie Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, look, hey, Eric G's got it. Where's Biff?
Well,
I don't even think Biff's in this game.
no, I don't think so. Maybe he's like one of the random bullies on the street as you run around and collect clocks. Now, one mechanic about it that I thought was kind of cool was like your time limit was like the photo disappearing.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, that's kind of cool.
That was a neat little gimmick. At least it had something to do with the movie.
Yeah, and there was like, it was a thing about time instead of just having a countdown clock, you know, but
yeah, that was what was great about the 80s. No one gave a shit about credibility. Absolutely correct, man. Jason L. Total Recall was trash. I had that game. I had the Terminator 2 game, which is by far incredibly worse than Total Recall was a pleasure to play compared to Terminator 2 Judgment Day's NES game.
All right, Gremlins 2, the video game, was pretty cool. Like you were Gizmo and you threw like fruit at the gremlins and stuff. I thought that one was kind of fun. But we do got a bonus question for you guys. All right, here we go. All right. What developer created this game?
That's a tough one now.
Yeah. They're notorious for being pretty like hated amongst a lot of the video game folks.
Well, you know what? We got a lot of people who are shouting this out like way before you asked this question.
Oh man! Oh, who was the first?
Going way back up there. I think Mr. Fusion is actually dropping it right after he put Back to the Future in there.
Hey, let's be honest. There's a guy named Mr. Fusion.
This is
does
what
he have
he's
a DeLorean?
This is what he's gonna know, right?
No, I'm saying, does he have a DeLorean? Are you sure he didn't go to
time? In fact, he probably would have won some Deadpool stuff if he did have a DeLorean.
Look, I love it though. Everybody, show him the symbol, man. Show him the symbol of their hate. Here it is.
Damn, LGN. This reading rainbow looking piece of shit wasted so much money from me, dude. Because you were jacking out $50 for these games. You had no idea what they were going to be like. There was no Blockbuster. You couldn't rent it. There was no Redbox out there for all you millennials who think you're so great.
You know it, man. It was you, like I said, you were just going out there and you were shelling out the cash, man. Now I will have to say, not that I'm trying to defend LGN, but I did like their wrestling games in the 90s for like the Super Nintendo, like WWE or WWF Raw, you know, and stuff like that. Those were fun, but yeah, Saturday Night Slam Masters was a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, man, I love, man, LGN. Woo. I know the angry video game nerd. He gives LGN a lot of heat. So that's really cool.
A lot of love. But all right, guys, we're gonna have one more name that game question before the show's over. We know we're running a little late on time. We got a little bit of a late start, but we're still gonna probably run right up to the hour. So we got about another 5-6 minutes to go here.
Oh yeah.
We'll try to keep it short. We will try not to ramble on too much, but we do want to talk a little bit about Deadpool 2 and just how awesome it looks.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So Deadpool 2, man, is coming off the heels of Deadpool, which was the goose that laid the golden egg for sure. I mean, this was a very low-budget film that became the highest-grossing R-rated premiere of all time. I mean, this movie just absolutely slayed. Rated R movies, kids can't go to. They're a huge driving force for people to get out to the movies. So rated R movies don't have a very well-received history of making a ton of money, and Deadpool is the highest grossing of them. This guy was a powerhouse. People loved it. They went to see it again and again. I saw it twice.
Absolutely, man. It's funny when you first pulled this image up, I was kind of like, what is this all about? But the golden egg, that's right. Yeah. I mean, definitely, I think even now it still holds the record, like you said, for the highest grossing rated R movie of all time.
LGN did not do Maximum Carnage. Did they really?
I think I would not go against
That game is pretty kick-ass. I would not challenge Steve Z. I got you.
No, here's the thing. Like I said, I think like in the Super Nintendo era, I think LGN kind of started to figure it out. Because like I said, they created some cool wrestling games. Maximum Carnage, Green Jello, Bill Manspeaker,
I was
going to
say, let's do this. Put your Maximum Carnage on mute. If the game's still good, then get back to me. But I'm pretty sure it's just green Jello in your head. It's like, they put like one lick in there. All you remember is that like doo doo doo.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
But I remember going into, I don't know if it was GameStop or EB Games or whatever but I remember when I went in there and they first released the game, even though I wasn't buying it, they gave me a green Jello cassette tape.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Like,
it was like a sample, and it had the Carnage Rules song on it. I was like, hell yeah, man, I love this.
So cool, man. The Deadpool game that came out on Xbox 360 was also pretty awesome, too. I don't have that in any of the show prep tonight, but big shout out to that game. That was a great freaking game.
I don't know who
Not
did
made by LGN.
No. I don't remember who did the voice for him in that, but it was very good.
I don't remember either, but that predated the films. So.
Yes.
All right, but Deadpool 2 is bringing us the inclusion of Cable, man. Like we said, he was in New Mutants number 98 when Deadpool first premiered. That very first panel that I showed earlier tonight of Deadpool, Cable's actually in. So they're kind of linked in the Marvel universe and the cosmos in their own respective universe to a degree that's probably unquantifiable. But so to see Cable making his appearance and to have such a strong cast member in there, and Josh Brolin seems like such a serious guy and such a straight guy. I was a little concerned about him playing a kind of straight man like this. And then I thought back to Men in Black 3. Oh, he was kind of that straight man for Will Smith, and he was fantastic. So I can't wait to see this. Some of the new trailers already where he's like, "Oh, you look like a sex doll. You're not a hero." And he's like, "Dude, you're so dark. Are you sure you're not supposed to be in the DC universe?"
That was pretty funny.
It's just epic. So it looks like they're having a lot of fun with it, and it looks like Josh Brolin is going to kick ass, man. What do you think of his casting?
Man, well, like we said, like his delivery as Thanos was so good. I think he's really set the bar high, and I think that's going to be, it's going to go over into Cable, even though it's a very different character. Yeah. Now we actually get to see more of actually Josh Brolin. I mean, I know he still has some CG on him, but
very, very little though.
But still, it's like we're really going to get to see. He also played Jonah Hex. I mean, not a great film adaptation, but same thing. He has some history as comic book characters. So, and also he was the older brother in the Goonies.
Yeah,
that's going way back.
Oh,
right
which
there.
You have to know there's going to be some Goonies jokes.
There has to be.
I even see Josh Brolin in an interview saying like, "There's definitely Goonies jokes."
That's awesome, man. Bran, remember that was his name, Bran.
Pretty good stuff. But we've also got the inclusion of what looks like a kind of makeshift X-Force that he's got together here, with a great cast of eclectic characters that, like I said, are kind of like the B characters, man. These are definitely the guys that if you had a trading card of, like you mentioned, they were the ones you were more than happy to give away, and they were the last ones to get in a sleeve.
Now, I remember I did collect all the Marvel masterpieces, so even the kind of crappy guys I still kept. But you're right. A lot of times, like, you'd get a card, you're like, I don't even know who this is. And like, you'd read about him, and that would be kind of like your first exposure to him. But man, this looks really cool. And if they keep X-Force like they were in the comics where they were like the X-Men, but they took the dirty jobs, it could be really cool.
No doubt, man. Eric G., you're going to have to check out some of the beginning of the show where we totally talk about Wolverine Origins and how, yes, Ryan Reynolds was the absolute best part of that movie. But all right, taking a closer look here, man, Shatterstar was the one that really surprised me. This is the guy that I remember getting a trading card of and being like, I will never read a comic that has this guy in it. Like, he looks so ridiculous and so stupid. And they put him exactly like he looked on that card in this freaking movie.
Oh,
with that goofy, weird helmet and his swords that they're like, have holes in them. And it's like super weird. And I'm just like, wow, dude, like they're just going kind of balls to the wall with let's take the comic and put it right on the screen. And I love that, man. I know Party Man Will loves that. Eric G, don't feel bad, man. That's why we put it on YouTube and stuff. Watch it whenever you get free time. We fine. We got love for you, baby.
You got it, man. No, totally. Like you said, it's just great that it just goes to show, like I said, that these movies are like, you know what, we're going to take it as if the comic jumped right off the pages or the card or the cartoon. Because the X-Men cartoon was badass.
Hell yeah. For like 2.5 seasons. And then it got super weird, like super fast. Totally.
Me and El Bandito, trust me. I know everyone's going to be like, what are you talking about? That whole thing was great. No, Batman, the animated series, begin to end, was perfect. X-Men, the animated series, like you said, the first two, awesome. Then they really got strange.
Yeah, but even still, the Batman animated series, like when it became Batman and Robin, got a little crappy at the end.
Yeah, I don't really.
Like by the time Bane got in there, it was a little crappy at the end.
Yeah, but they was still.
But nowhere near as crappy as the X-Men got within the span of like 2 episodes. It was like you had episode, and then like what's his name, Mojo was in it, and they were on a TV series in space, and I was like, this just got crappy fast.
Well, even when they tried to do like the Dark Phoenix saga and just completely flattened. I mean, they didn't do like Last Stand bad with it, but like it was still pretty bad.
All right, but looking at who else we got here, man, we got Terry Crews coming in And what was his name? It's like Bruiser or something.
Oh man.
I like.
If you guys know, throw it
like,
in the comments.
Man, we don't write this down because we're like, no, we totally know that. And then we get going with all this other stuff and we forget. But yeah, Terry Crews coming in as this cat here. He is just freaking awesome, man. I love Terry Crews. He's hilarious. He's fantastic in The Expendables. And I think he's just going to be phenomenal in this role here and bring a hilarious element because he's so funny. You remember him in Friday After Next?
Oh, dude.
Where he was messing with Cat Williams?
Yeah, dude. I mean, by that point in that series, too, I was like, I hope they do eventually, like, bring back what's his name and they do, like, a final Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
They should bring Jason into those movies.
All right. I think it's something like Bruiser or Brawler or something, right? Something like that.
Oh, man.
So I feel bad, Terry Crews. We know you, though. That should be something. We're not like the dude from the Old Spice commercial.
There you go. It's all good. We'll
know it
out.
next week.
Yes.
That's for sure when we go see this movie. But we'll check back with that a little bit later. For right now, we got to talk about Domino, man. The casting on Domino here is just fantastic. She looks so great. I love the sort of inverse that they did on her.
Yes, yeah.
Because my first thought was like, oh, cool. They could have still painted her white. And then I realized the white diamond, and I was like, that's hilarious. I love that.
Absolutely, man. And I mean, when you talk about body type, man, I mean, I know it's not a full picture, but I mean, like, just look at them side by side. I think they're.
Do we have? No, I thought we had a picture. We got a picture of Peter.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Moving on. Peter here, like, we should take some bets on how long he's actually going to last in the movie.
You want to take an over-under on that?
Oh,
So the farther you get from it, either way, the person loses. I'll take that bet with you.
Oh, I think Steve Z just answered our question for us.
Oh, Jason L's got Bedlam out there. That's the dude's name is Bedlam.
Well, no, I think it's Bridge, isn't it?
Is it Bridge or Bedlam? I'm pretty sure it's Bedlam.
Oh, he might
because they
be-
call
yeah.
him Bedlam in the trailer. Right?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Thank you, though, guys. Thank you, Jason L. Thank you, Steve Z, for checking on that. What's the actress's name that's playing Domino? I didn't even look that up at all. I don't know why I didn't think
Oh,
to.
man. Well,
We got to give her some love because she looks fantastic. Her parts in the movie are hilarious, man. Yeah, we'll throw her some love.
Some love, man.
There you go, baby. That's what's up.
Absolutely, man. But let's talk about this cat right here.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So what's the over and under on this? Let's think here. I think, you know what? I will give you not even over or under. I will take the bet that he lives till the end of the movie.
Okay, so I'll just say that I think he's gonna bite the dust. I think he's gonna
bite the dust.
Yeah.
You guys feel free to put in the comments what you think your time is that he will survive till. Zazie Beats is her name. Thank you, Jason L, man.
Awesome.
Our correspondent on the Google out there. We appreciate it. Steve Z right behind him. Thank you, gentlemen.
There you go.
But yeah, feel free to put in the comments here how long you think she'll survive in the movie. The person to get closest without going over will give you a secret no prize out there. No, we'll give you an actual prize. We're going to hook you guys up. We'll probably get some more Deadpool merch or something. We'll send you guys something super great. Whoever gets the closest without going over to Peter's prize. If he survives the whole time, I just keep whatever it is. So that's it.
Dude, look at Mr. Fusion over here. 5 minutes. Like he's calling us out, but he just knows that he went 5 minutes into the future and we were still talking about Deadpool and not doing another name that game. It's coming, Mr. Fusion. Don't worry. It's coming.
All right, but I think that's going to wrap it up for Deadpool talk tonight, man. I just have to say I'm so excited about this movie from all the tributes and homages that we've seen, from the Flashdance trailers to the John Wick trailers that they do to the Celine Dion dancing to this incredible teaser trailer that came out like 6 months ago in front of Logan where he does a total Superman homage. I mean, I think just everything about Deadpool is fantastic, and the fact that he seems like he is uniting the comic verse by making fun of everything. And in a weird way, it's what a lot of comedians always say, that if we could all just get behind laughter and laugh at everything, then we all have some grounds to get to know each other and a common ground for everyone. So I absolutely love it, man. What do you think?
Oh, dude, absolutely. Like, I mean, like you said, like when I first saw the first few trailers that were kind of jokey and stuff, I was kind of like, I want to see like actual footage. But man, once they dropped it in there, and you saw Josh Brolin taking on the role of Cable, started seeing some of the other characters, like I was like, man, this looks like it's going to be really cool. So I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what they poke fun at. Like I said, I have a feeling there might be some Infinity War tie-in there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Make sure you see that first before you see
Pump
this.
the hate brakes, Thanos. But all right, guys, I'm going to put it out here. I got the details in my ears. We're going to be giving away an issue number 300 of Deadpool to the person who comes the closest without going over to win Peter dies in the film. Feel free to put it in the comments tonight. Feel free to put them in the comments on YouTube. Just make sure you do it before Thursday. Anything after Thursday, we're not going to count because you could have already seen the movie. If some torrent leaks, we're going to stop it the minute we hear about it. And whoever wrote before that, closest without going over, is going to win. But we're going to play on the honor system here, give you guys the benefit of the doubt, especially if you put in the comments tonight. You're locked in for your guess. And whoever goes closest without going over, if he survives the entire film, I'm keeping Deadpool number 300. And it's going in my 2,000-plus comic collection. And it will be super exciting for me. So here's to you, Peter. Hang in there.
Dude, I see here. Oh, Mr. Fusion was saying that Peter only lasts 5 minutes. I thought you were pressuring us for the next name that game. But we're definitely getting a lot of guesses here. We got 45 minutes from Jason Litton. We have Mikey, what's up, dude? We got a minute and 23 seconds.
No, he's saying an hour and 23 minutes.
Oh, is that what he means? Okay,
an hour and 23 minutes.
I thought maybe because of X23 or something like that. Oh man, but 1 hour. Yeah, well, we'll see. That might actually be the whole runtime of the whole movie.
Yeah, but again, he may be like on the nose. That may be when the guy dies, or that might be a minute before the listed runtime of the movie, so he knows no matter what it is.
Dude, he might actually get killed by the credits. Like the credits might come up and crush. What's his name? Phil or no? Peter, right?
Peter, yeah.
Everyone just okay. Dang, I can't.
Oh, Steve Z just called it. He dies an extra scene during the credits.
There you go, man. We'll have to see what happens there. But what do you think, man? Is it time to lay it on him?
I think we got to, man. One last time. Let's give it up for the Name That Game tournament, guys. This is the last one of the night. Earn yourself some special, fun, fantastical points right here, right now. Everyone who puts the name of the game gets some sort of point rating depending on how fast you do it, guys. So get ready. It's coming at you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Name this game. Hadouken. Hadouken. It does not make that sound.
I can't wait to see what people put down for this one.
Let's see all the guesses here. Let's see what happens. Because I got to say, I look at it and something immediately comes to mind. And I'm like, when did that dude get so jacked? He was hitting the gym,
That's hilarious, man. Just punching that thing right in half.
Oh, my gosh. Steve Z with the quickness brings the thunder.
I think at this point, everyone's just waiting for Steve to drop something. Like, yeah, what that guy said.
That one. Give me points, too. And then they're just hoping Steve Z has to work one day and can't play or something. And they'll catch up points then. Mr. Fusion, Mike.
Oh, I will say that Mikey probably would know this. Mr. Fusion,
they've all got it in there. Steve Z got it. Mike B got it. Mr. Fusion got it. Splatterhouse, Splatterhouse, Splatterhouse. That's right, guys. We didn't even show picture number 2 with this crazy, wacky, creepy zombie guy here, but it definitely is the classic Splatterhouse, man.
I gotta just say, man, can we roll back to that one picture right there?
Yeah.
I mean, look at this, art and stuff for this game now. I mean, it was pretty wild for the time. I mean, this game came out in 1990, 1991.
Yeah.
I mean, we were getting some hot stuff on Super Nintendo and Genesis and stuff, but man, just the way they did. This looks like something from Attack on Titan or something like that.
It is. It's really great graphics and stuff, man. And you said the console thing is the bonus question, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I almost asked you what consoles are for.
All right, guys, that's it. What console did this come out? Throw it in the comments.
All right, if you know it, you'll get some extra bonus points to help you compete with Big Steve Z, who's probably still going to get it in there before you guys anyways. But
man. I see a certain comment in there kind of almost laid out some of the hint right there. So, I mean, either way, they're definitely going to get some credit. Let's see what they throw down. Oh, man.
We got an answer there. I see some Neo Geos. I see some Sega. I see some Genesis.
There you go.
TurboGrafx.
There you go. That's what we were at least looking for, 2 of those words. It was the TurboGrafx 16. Hit him with that image, El Bandito.
Bam! This wacky ass shit. Where did this come from? I have no idea. I've never seen it before. But apparently Mike B has, man, and you got yourself some bonus points tonight. The most bonus points. If you'd like some bonus points for yourself, feel free to copy his answer. That's the TurboGrafx 16. Throw it down there. You'll at least get 1 point and get your name ranked on the list of all of the competitors for the Name That Game tournament.
And you know, man, like one thing I know a lot of people are probably like, man, I've never really heard of this, or I remember seeing it at the store, but I never got to play it. Most famously known for introducing the world to Bonk's adventure about the little crazy caveman that just beat the hell out of everything with his head.
Yeah, wasn't he like a baby? He was like a little bald baby.
I think he was just supposed to be a caveman. You know,
Okay.
I mean, there was like an old game called like Chuck's Island or Adventure Island. Like I'm sure
Okay.
Steve Z could help me out with that one. But you know, I think it was kind of like they took that concept and they're like, oh, we're just gonna make him like a little guy. But I mean, the art. Like I just thought, I mean, even
killer.
right there, it just looks so good, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you could see something like that being on Super Nintendo, but it was just for the time when this dropped.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely a competitor for the two, but just got steamrolled by the mighty Genesis and Super Nintendo.
No doubt, but I'm assuming it's saying it's a 16-bit system.
Yes.
So even on a 16-bit system, those are pretty dope, you know?
Dude, absolutely. You know, and I remember I think they also had a component where you could add the CD drive to it. That might be the Sega Genesis that I'm thinking of, but it was one of those first systems that were like, oh, we're going to sell you peripherals that you could stick into this that you could do other things with. Never really took off. I think everyone was just like, no, I just want to buy this one thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think when Sega did it, like, they tried to do this, like, music thing with it, and, like, I remember Crisscross. Like, who remembers Crisscross? Make you want to jump, I missed the bus. You know, I wish we had that sound bit, but...
Yeah, and then we'll get shut off of Facebook Lives.
But either way, like, yeah, the Sega CD and TurboGrafx 16, they tried all different ways to try to get their stuff out there, but... Yeah, just the mighty Nintendo just kind of won the day until PlayStation rolled in and then Microsoft. And I mean, Nintendo's still in the game, but...
They're hanging on by a very thin thread, but we dig that about you, Nintendo.
They're kind of like the TurboGrafx 16 of the mix now. Sorry, Mr. Fusion, but it's kind of the truth, you know?
But all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the Name That Game tournament tonight. That's going to wrap it up for the Power Hour tonight. We hate to wrap it up, but you got to be safe. So that's what we're doing, man. We will see you guys next week. We're going to have a pretty exciting fun little night that we're going to do some solo action. You figure it out.
Oh, man. And if that's not enough for you guys, we continue the Name That Game tournament tomorrow and Thursday on social media. Be sure to like us and set it up so you get our notifications so you can answer first. But next week, live on the show, Name That Game's going for double points. So we know Steve Z's up there, but, man, someone can take that crown running through the whole month. Join us next week, though, man. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely, guys. We will see you there.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be the one for you. I've got more important things for me to do than play a little game and try to win your heart.